seat as well, because we are on a roll here tonight.
Well, I was going to talk about the power systems and the sport model of the UFO that Bob Lazar worked on, but I don't have a good diagram. I'll hold that thought for another day.
All right.
Thank you, folks.
Actually, Mary, come on down. We are going to put you into the hot seat right now because we got to find a place for you to sit. But while we're doing that, matter of fact, Scotty, if you could do us a favor and get us an extra chair between Ander and Trish, because when we have the hot seat vacated, we're going to need to squeeze in and get Mary in there as well. Okay, so Mary is here. Thank you, Mary, for being here. And you are now in what we call the hot seat because the idea being is that we're going to get as good of audio as we possibly can with the person that we're talking to the most at a specific time. And that is it. Our little blue snowball microphone right there in the front of our table. And as you can see, I'm kind of hanging in there, but I don't want to block Bree. So Bree has to hang in there. And everybody else has to hang in closer to the table as much as possible, including yourself.
Okay.
So, you look lovely tonight.
Thank you.
How was the drive down to this place? It must have been a little bit easier coming down this far.
Piece of cake. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, was it? Okay. Because we are, if you just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, at our new location at Denny's, where America eats. And so does the UFO team. So we're at Denny's located on 128th Street in South Everett because they have a wonderful conference room right here that they are so nice to allow us to use. And, oh, gosh, we got James Creechbaum joining us out there, buddy. Thank you for looking in on us tonight, James. James has his own paranormal radio show, by the way, and he checks on us every once in a while. And we interviewed James recently on Night Dreams Talk Radio. And I think you're going to like some of the stuff we're going to talk about tonight, James. And maybe we will be able to do a little surprise thing at the end here we're going to try. But while we have Mary, our web mistress today, in the hot seat, why don't you tell us how things are going with the Etsy store and other stuff?
Okay. As far as I know, everything's going okay with the Etsy store. The one thing I've noticed is the women's T-shirts. They call the classic boyfriend tee. You have to order them 2 sizes larger than you would ordinarily order.
Did you hear that, ladies?
Yes.
Yes.
2
now,
sizes
I would
larger.
imagine the men don't mind if you have them too tight. But just so you guys know, women, that they do run a little small.
Yes. And Steve, how do you find the unisex tee so it runs true to size?
Yes, right.
Okay, so that's good. The
Steve,
unisex tee?
do us a favor. Stand up in between Lee and Ander. Go on the other table, and you just do a little kind of, stand between the two guys there so we can go see you both. See the whole T-shirt. And look at that. That is the UFO I-Team logo. Isn't that nice? On the back, and then turn around and show us the front real still, sitting there as the little
Another one that on the other side has a picture.
Okay, hang on a second,
and
you guys.
alien.
You have to be very quiet. Don't talk at all when we're talking up here, else it will be very confusing. Go ahead.
Okay. So, 11-ounce black mug, nice mug, and thank you for bringing that in. I have the one with the alien and Bigfoot on it. I should have brought it.
That's right, because there is another version of this, which you're going to love, folks. On the back, on this side here, Mary has actually come up with the design of a cool little alien gray, kind of toasting a giant Bigfoot, kind of together.
They're having coffee together, yeah.
Having coffee. That is wonderful.
And we also have the 2 different designs of pins in 2 different sizes and magnets.
And they have the logo of the nice alien pointing the finger up as well.
Same as that on the
Same
black
as the
background.
T-shirt
And,
on the pins.
yeah, and the other one says, look up, speak up, and in the background says disclosure from the ground up, which is kind of what we're all about here.
I like that.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? Say that once again. I like that logo, or that motto.
Look up, speak up, disclosure from the ground up.
That's what we're all about, folks. Oh, wonderful. Thank you for that update. Let's see, anything else we need to ask Mary while she's in the... This is our chance, folks. Come on, join into the conversation here with anything else you can think of.
I haven't built the store page on the website yet, but I will. I need to be doing some updating in the near future on the website, including, I guess, Scotty has some stuff he wants me to add into the gallery, and I'll be adding a page for the Night Dreams Talk Radio, so people will easily be able to find that, because that is really cool. You have some amazing guests on there.
Because Gary Tombstone Anderson is really cool. He's board hopping tonight for us, actually, down at headquarters. So he's giving us a little hard time there. Thank you, Gary, for all you're doing for the UFO I-Team and getting the word out around the world on nightdreamstalkradio.com. That's where you go find us on the internet.
It is time to send out another newsletter, so if anybody has some ideas or submissions or stories, poems, drawings, whatever, go ahead and email them to me, and I'll work on drafting up another newsletter, because our loyal fans have not heard from us for a while.
They're going, where the heck are they?
And if you want to sign up for the newsletter, you can do so through the website.
Did you hear that, Stacy? Stacy's on the line out there, so all you got to do is go to our Facebook Facebook, right?
No, you have to
you go to the UFO I-Team website.
And there's, down at the bottom, there's something that says click here to join our email list.
Nice. Okay, and that's on the UFOIteam.com. Okay. Yes, now, here's the next hot seat item here. I don't know if everybody is up to speed on Mount Adams. Tell us what you know, and because I have a special guest calling in just a few minutes about Mount Adams, but what do we do to get involved in Mount Adams? First of all, let's do this. Let's ask the UFO I-Team for a show of hands of people that are interested and can go to the Mount Adams filming of the Wade Brothers production called Bros versus Aliens, right? That's the movie. Ander.
What time? 23rd.
It's August 23rd through the 28th, around that area. Some people can't show up until the 25th, which is a Friday, I understand, to the 28th.
25th is Saturday.
25th is Saturday? Okay. So, yeah, let's just see a show of hands. First of all, I'm going to go. Okay, Bree and Lee and Ander and Troy and Mary. Okay, so we got 5-6 of us, looks like. So, what do we do? Can we go to ECETI and show up there, or can you give us an idea of what we should do if we haven't already?
It starts at ECETI now. I don't know. I'm kind of lost on how many days they're going to be camped at ECETI. And what day is the first day at ECETI? Is it 23rd? So I would contact the ranch if you want to stay the night, because they'll have limited amounts of sites that you can get. You can find them online. And
at ECETI.org or something like that, or
ECETI.org.
Okay.
And
wonderful.
Then from the filming at ECETI, then they're going to break into 3 different groups. One will be going Sasquatching, and one will be going UFO hunting, and those are both like hike-in, serious mountaineering stuff, and they've already picked the teams for that. And so we have you, Lee, are going up with somebody.
With Philip, I believe. Philip Wade.
Okay, so Lee is going after all?
Oh, well, that was the last I heard, but that...
No.
Who's he? Who are you talking about?
Lee Strauss.
Lee Strauss. Oh, of course.
So those,
as far as I know.
He told me he could not go.
to Mount Adams?
Yes.
Oh my goodness! What a disaster that would be.
Happened 2 days ago.
Well, we'll have to figure that out. But oh gosh, but
I'm down.
you're going.
I'm going.
Okay.
Andrew's going.
So those two teams are being handpicked by the production, but any of us can show up at Kalakala Lake for it's kind of like the base camp, I guess. And I was told that there is Bigfoot activity at Kalakala Lake. So if you show up there, you might get some interesting experiences.
Well, I tell you what, Michael Beers, our member of the UFOI team that does a lot of that Bigfooting out there, basically almost a professional Bigfooter for all these years, says that's the spot. If you want to go to find Bigfoot habitat and different things that are going on, that Mount Adams is the place. Mm-hmm. So he is going to lead the production company into the Bigfoot area, Squatchin', and I am going to be at Takalaka Lake. Yes. I love how they spell that because it doesn't sound like the way you pronounce it, but I call it Takalaka. And it is on the north side of the mountain, of Mount Adams. And then, of course, East City Ranch is on the south side of the mountain itself. So the idea being we are going to triangulate these three groups at the same time with three different film camera guys and audio guys so that we can actually create simultaneous investigations at the same time and communicate with one another with walkie-talkies and film that and see what the heck and if we see stuff or see, like for instance, if we're at Talakala Lake and we see some lights on the mountain that we know are not our guys' lights, we are going to get on the walkie and we're going to say, hey, you guys, at your 11 o'clock, there is a bright light. And they will be able to explore that and or tell us what the heck they see up there. And the same thing with them. From their vantage point, if they see some stuff with their night vision, by the way, we have night vision now, and infrared, they're going to tell us what they see from their vantage point. Of course, we've got the other squatchers out there doing all sorts of stuff in the habitat areas that people don't even go to. So that's going to be an interesting production. And this whole thing is a documentary movie that's going to be filmed by the Wade brothers up there at Mount Adams in southern Washington state. And it's going to be called Bros versus Aliens. I was going to say Bigfoot, but it's not Bros versus Bigfoot. It's Bros versus Aliens, which means Bigfoot and UFOs and whatever cryptids we can run across there. So, gosh, that is going to be fun. Anybody else have some? So what we need to do, Mary, is get a hold of. What we need to do is coordinate with Philip, I believe, Philip Wade, to make sure that we know what he's talking about for the actual arrival date and what we should be bringing and when we should show up and all that kind of stuff.
I could tell you a little bit about that now.
Well, go ahead, because while I am dialing, you can tell us what you know.
In the email that I sent out to the team members that might go, it explains about, there'll be limited involvement with the team and the production company. Just certain ones of us will be actually being filmed and stuff. But there's links and phone numbers and stuff to ECETI and the campground in that email. The campground is going to be first come, first serve. There's they have walk-in sites that are not reservable, but you can try to reserve a site. Last time I checked, it was all filled up. So you might want to have a plan B. There is no potable water there either, so be sure and bring water.
Hey, Philip, buddy, give us a call, man. We're trying to get you on the air, so call us back on this phone number, and I will call again in a few moments just to try to track you down, buddy. Okay. Keep going.
That was it. Be sure and bring water and have a plan B in case you don't get a place to camp if you're coming to camp.
Well, look who's calling us back. Thank God. Nice. We'll see if he's on the air here. Hey, is this Philip?
Yes, it